Hypnoshroom, one of my favorite plants in the entire Plants vs. Zombies franchise. I mean, hypnotizing a zombie so he can fight for you? Now that's epic. Well, Hypnoshroom was one of my favorite plants until the incident. Let me backtrack for you and tell my story. The story of Hypnosis. Hypnoshroom was my favorite plant from Plants vs. Zombies 1 till Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2. In Garden Warfare 2, it would mind control the zombie player, making him move in random directions, making his attacks weaker and move a bit slower. It was very useful, and when I spawned Hypnoshroom, I will always get the hypnotized zombie player killed. It was like Hypnoshroom and I were a perfect duo. Best of all, it wasn't a weed, but it could move around like a weed. There was nothing that could come between me and this plant. One stormy night, I came back home after a long day from KFC working there. I already had enough sitting at the counter, taking customer orders, and cleaning the kitchen. Finally, it was time to hit my Xbox and play Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2. I noticed that my friend Daryl was online, so I spoke to him through my mic on the voice chat, ready to enter a herbal assault match. Daryl was my best friend since 3rd grade until now. We worked the same job and had almost everything in common, even in the PvZ franchise, which was our favorite, except for one thing. Daryl hated Hypnoshroom. He didn't give a reason. He just said he hated it so much, but I couldn't give him up and unfriend him forever just for a video game mushroom. And plus, he was my friend for a very long time. And who would want to even lose a friend you had for very long just for one thing, am I right? In a few herbal assault matches, everything was going good until I spawned Hypnoshrooms. Every time I spawned Hypnoshrooms, Daryl would tell and complain about why I spawned Hypnoshroom and ask annoying questions why. A few matches later, and then I lost it. I shouted at him saying that we would enter a Gardens and Graveyards match, so he could stop complaining about Hypnoshroom and all that crap. Then he stopped, and we both gave each other silent treatment on the voice chat. We entered a Gardens and Graveyards match, and we were both ready to capture some gardens when this is the part where things take a dark turn. I scouted overhead for enemies and saw at a distance a plant player spawning a Hypnoshroom. But it wasn't a usual Hypnoshroom. It was completely black. I've read someone's post on Facebook about him spawning a black-colored weed in Garden Warfare 2. Could that Hypnoshroom have a link with it? Or was it just a lazy video game NPC loading? Daryl and I went up for a closer look, and sure enough, it was black, with its spiral blood red eyes. Once it saw us, it hopped at us faster than the usual Hypnoshroom does. We tried shooting at it, but nothing happened. It was as if our attacks were just tickling it, so we had no choice but to run. We ran and ran because that Hypnoshroom was only running after us, no one else. I told Daryl to split up so it couldn't hunt us both, so we did. But that was when I realized the black Hypnoshroom wasn't running after me. It was after Daryl this whole time. Daryl eventually got cornered by the Hypnoshroom as it used its Hypno Leech ability on his zombie character. His entire zombie character turned all black and fading out along with the Hypnoshroom. When Daryl got Hypno Leeched by the Hypnoshroom, Daryl's mic cut off, probably shocked of what he just saw. I was shocked as well. Now that Hypnoshroom was crazy, but I think I should forget about it. It's just a game anyway. I plugged off my Xbox for the night and went to the living room to watch some TV. All of a sudden, I got a message from Daryl, so I checked it, and that was the most cryptic and last text I'd ever get from him. It read, "He is mine. We are coming." Just what the hell was that? Daryl's probably trolling me, but why now? I just left it and went back upstairs to brush my teeth and sleep. I slept for like 10 minutes or so when I heard the first floor window break. I thought I was hearing things, so I just closed my eyes again. I then heard footsteps, and they were right below me. I opened my eyes again, in fear. This time, I knew I wasn't hearing things. Someone was in my house. I acted quickly. I grabbed my phone and immediately dialed 911. The cops said they would be here right away, in 3 minutes or less, and it felt almost like an eternity. The footsteps grew louder and louder, and they were heading to my bedroom. My bed didn't have the big space under to hide, and my closet was packed with clothes, so I was basically screwed. My room door was kicked open, and there was someone in a black hoodie and jeans with a big knife. I noticed a pinkish purple omen shadow around him, but I couldn't tell if it was just my eyes playing tricks on me. "What do you want? Who are you?" I yelled at him. He got close and lifted his hoodie up, and the moonlight from my window revealed the person's face. It was Daryl. He said in a scary voice, as if there was another person talking in unison with him. And he said, "We are here. We will kill you." I knew this was going to be my final moment as he came closer with the knife. "Daryl, why are you doing this? What's going on?" I yelled. Daryl then said, "We are here." Suddenly, I knew what was going on, what he meant, and what happened during the Garden Warfare 2 Gardens and Graveyards game we played 2 hours ago. The black Hypno Shroom, he was taking over Daryl and turning him against me. They were both in the same body, and Daryl had no control, so it could be possible that he could be saved, or not. Right when he was about to stab me, I heard sirens outside and my front door was bust open, along with the sounds of people trooping upstairs. I looked behind Daryl and I saw a troop of SWAT officers aim their guns at him. Before I could tell them not to shoot, Daryl lunged at them with a strong force. He stabbed one of them, but it was too late. All the officers shot him. After doing investigations, the officers told me what happened, and I said that my best friend broke into my house to kill me because it was mind controlled by someone or something. The policeman laughed and took it as a joke and asked me what really happened. I told them I was telling the truth, but obviously they never believed me. I just gave up and looked at Daryl's body on the stretcher. I was shocked. His eyes were white, back to normal. When I saw him attack me, his eyes were purple, and he did have a purple shadow omen around him. After that incident, nothing else happened when I played Garden Warfare 2. Nothing about black Hypno Shrooms again. I never used Hypno Shroom again as well, because I'm afraid I might get the black Hypno Shroom, and I don't want it to go loose and hypnotize a person again. If you see a black Hypno Shroom with blood red eyes, don't use it. Your friend, or especially you, could be controlled by this dark force of hypnosis.